about y'all, but I'm tired of just making ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up with the music, y'all? Tripping already. Let me stop there. Yo, what's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on out there? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on out there? Good to see y'all again, baby. What's up? What's up? What's up with the Bankhead Bounce, shall we? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? How are you all doing today? It's been a minute since I've been on this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on out there? But anyway, y'all, what's going on out there, y'all? Listen, please share this live with somebody. Please share this live. I ask you folks to share this live with your folks out there. Welcome to Everyday Conversation with your boy RL. What are we in for today? I'm getting a lot of this. This is getting crazy right here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work with my new green screen and all that. What y'all think about it? Let me see what's going on. Studio to record is done. Okay. What we got going on here? Okay, y'all. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy RL, man. Let me share this live with everybody out there. Got a little delay in it too. Let me share it to all my groups. Give me 1 second. Share to groups. What's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on? Let me get through. Let me share this to a couple of I'm in like 1,000 groups out here, y'all. So let me share this to all my folks out here. But anyway, what's going on out there? If you see me, say what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, y'all. What's going on out there? I'll let your boy. Got a lot on my mind today, y'all. I've been having a lot on my mind. Let me finish sharing this with a lot of groups. A lot of groups on me in. Okay, that should be enough right there. But anyway, y'all, how are you all doing today? Welcome to Everyday Conversation with your boy R to the L. Yeah, that's me in the background back there, y'all. So what we gonna be chopping up today, man? We're gonna be talking about Cop City. We're gonna be talking about how our black politicians have failed us and our children. Why are they doing that? You know what I'm saying? Why are our black politicians, when we vote them in, they sell us out? Why? Why do our black politicians continue to sell us out? If you want to come on live, holler at your boy. I could bring you on live. And we can do this, man. We can do this, man, like I knew this, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, I want to talk about, and also we're going to talk about, of course, Trump got indicted for the second time. And y'all remember me saying, I said it a couple of months back that Trump will be indicted. Now he has been indicted twice. He's been arrested twice. He's a two-time criminal. You know what I'm saying? But people are still staying. But his supporters will not give up on Trump, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had people like that behind me outside of my family. You know what I'm saying? Who just gonna ride or die with me no matter what I do. You know what I'm saying? Trump, man, you know what I'm saying? Trump is like the Jim Jones of the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So let's get started, man. First, we're gonna get started with y'all. Please do me a favor. Please share this live with your favorite groups, with your favorite friends, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope y'all make comments on some things that I'm talking about. And the first thing I'm gonna talk about is the city of Atlanta, Cop City. Cop City. If I know a lot of y'all been watching this on the news about Cop City and how the city of Atlanta is investing almost $90 million into training cops. Now, do cops need to be trained better? Yes. But does it take all that money to train these cops in Atlanta? No. And you know how much are they spending on the kids? You think you're going to solve crime by training cops? Training cops is not going to solve any crimes. You know why? Because cops don't stop crime. They only respond to crime. So if y'all let Mayor Dickens sell y'all that lie, him and let me put the pictures up here. These are the two guys who are selling out Atlanta, man. Not America. They selling out the city, man. These two dudes right here, man. Mayor Dickens and Michael Julian Bond Jr. They is taking a lot of the city's money and they are investing it in cops, training cops. So my question is, if it's taking almost $90 million to train cops, what are you doing now? How are y'all training these cops now? That it takes $90 million to do it. $90 million. And how much money are they spending on your kids, Atlanta? A fraction of that. A fraction of that. If we gonna sit here and say that most of the crimes are being committed by our children, by the kids, by the youth, why then would you take $90 million and invest it in cops? Explain that. I would love for you guys I would love somebody who think this is, anybody think this is a good idea to put almost $90 million into training cops. Meanwhile, you're only putting but a little bit into the youth who are committing a lot of these crimes out here. There's a lot of things I think the city of Atlanta can do with $90 million outside of training cops. And a lot of people, and what's sad is a lot of people ain't even upset about this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not even upset about this. How much money is the mayor and Julian Bond and all these other people getting? How much money are they making off this $90 million cop training facility that people have dubbed Cop City? They are making a huge mistake doing this. This will not solve the crime in Atlanta by putting a lot of cops on the street. And a lot of people were mad at Joe Biden for his for what he did, his crime bill. And this is pretty much the same thing what Joe Biden is doing. It ain't nothing but a crime bill. You put all this money into training cops, but you're doing very little to the city, to the kids of Atlanta, to get them mentored. There are a lot of mentor groups out here that you can give that money to help these kids, to turn these kids' life around, particularly our young men. And these days, man, you got the young women off the chain. And I think Mayor Dickens, he didn't even, when he was running as mayor, he did not mention this one time. He did not mention it one time. You know why? Because he knew the city would be against it. And they just rammed it right on through. $90 million. I bet a lot of people getting paid behind this. A lot of people like Julian Bond, Michael Julian Bond getting paid. They getting paid. There's no other way to look at this. But they are getting paid to do this. There was a lot of people down at City Hall protesting this. And they went against the will of the people of Atlanta and still pushed this on through. It gonna cost over $90 million. If y'all, unless y'all been up on the rock and don't know what I'm talking about, let me play a video of what I'm talking about. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let me play this video right here. Let me see again. Mm.
Supporters of Atlanta's planned public safety training facility. Well, a big win for supporters of Atlanta's planned public safety training facility. The Atlanta.
Oh, now you don't want to play, huh? Okay, it's a sort of blank screen up there. What's going on with this thing, man? Maybe the mail don't got a
City
hold.
Council approved funding for the controversial.
Maybe the mail. Stanford, I sent you the link, bro. Did you get the link?
Project this morning following a marathon session.
Let me see what's going on with this thing. Let me see.
Hundreds turned
For
out in
some reason,
protest.
it's not.
Can
y'all hear that? Can y'all hear what's
Atlanta
going
City
on?
Hall in Deidre.
For some reason,
Opponents are
it's
now
not.
plotting their
It's
next
just showing
move.
a crazy screen.
Yeah, they certainly are. Opponents now say that they want Atlanta residents to have an opportunity to weigh
Let me stop this for a
in this
second because
issue, weigh in
it's
on the
not
issue at the
playing the way
ballot
I
box.
want it to play. Yes. Let me see. No, he ain't showing me now. Okay, so that was a news clip of Channel 5. Yes. Oh, you can hear me? Well, come on in here, Shawty. Let me send somebody the link. Somebody want me to send them the link. What about Stanford to send the link? I thought he was gonna come on up. But let me send him this link right quick. Hold up for a second, y'all. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. And that's just been having issue with this. I've been having issues with this thing now. Okay, y'all. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but this thing been acting. It's been acting weird the last couple of weeks, and I apologize. But anyway, y'all, I'm back. But we talking about the mayor, the sellout mayor, and the sellout city councilman Julian Bond. Man, they have sold your kids out to the tune of $90 million. And I know y'all been watching me post a lot about this lately because I'm pissed. And here's what Dickens did. Here's what Dickens did. Knowing that this $90 million was so unpopular, and one of my and I don't like to talk about other people's business, but the accident, young lady was murdered um, right on his doorstep, Mays High. He goes and do a photo opportunity, right? Because he knows this don't look good to him for him. Mel Dickens and Julian Bond, trust me, they got paid for this, man. They got paid to do this. They got paid to do this. And I'm trying to let me see can I pull this clip up again of what I'm talking about. The city they passed it without they passed it without even letting the city vote on it. Let me see, can it play? Let me see what it play. This thing making haywire. If it ain't haywire again, we ain't gonna do it no more.
Safety training facility. The Atlanta City Council approved funding for the controversial project this morning following a marathon session. Hundreds turned out in protest. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live from Atlanta City Hall. And Deidre, opponents are now plotting their next move.
Yeah, they certainly are. Opponents now say that they want Atlanta residents to have an opportunity to weigh in this issue, weigh in on the issue at the ballot box. They will be
hopefully y'all can
for a
hear it.
citywide referendum that would allow
For some reason,
Atlanta
the video
residents
is not
to
playing.
vote to have the final say.
I think there was a lot of good public comment last night from people that have been in this fight for a long time that was worth hearing.
But those comments weren't enough to convince city council members not to allocate $31 million in funding toward the development of the training center.
We can't get around the need to build and construct these facilities.
Councilman Michael Julian Bond joined the majority of Atlanta City Council members who voted to approve funding for the controversial project.
You know, there were a lot of people who came out to protest our anticipated decision, and, you know, might have been 500 people in City Hall, but, you know, there's 500,000 people in Atlanta, and 911 rings 3,000 times a day for the services that this training center will support.
Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens released a statement following Tuesday's vote saying, "This morning's vote approving the budget resolution for the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center marks a major milestone for better preparing our fire, police, and emergency responders to protect and serve our communities. Atlanta will be a national model for police reform with the most progressive training and curriculum in the country."
We're going to take this to the people. I think the people are going to decide. And I think that if Mayor Dickens thinks that the majority of Atlantans want this, that's a bet we're willing to take.
Opponents of the project they've dubbed Cop City are preparing for the next round in this ongoing battle and will push for a citywide referendum that would let Atlanta residents have the final say.
We are interested in having an actual vote on this. We don't think that 12 people is enough to make a decision for the people of Atlanta. We think there's a lot of nuance to this conversation that gets lost when
Well, I'm having like major issues with this program, y'all. But it won't let me play no video. For some reason, it won't let me play no video. For some reason, it won't let me play no video. But anyway, y'all, to get back to what I'm saying, Michael Julian Bond and Andre Dickens sold your kids out. Let me show y'all something. Let me pull up something. Hopefully it'll let me pull up a still picture of something. Mm-hmm. So it won't let me pull up nothing. Let me try something else. Oh, there it is right there. There it is right there. But I can't see it. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? This thing is going crazy. This thing is going crazy on me. Can y'all see the budget? Can y'all see the city budget? Because I can't see it. So y'all see how much this is the city budget. Look at how much they are spending. Look how much they are investing in your kids. They're spending more than $8 million dedicated to affordable housing, which is good. A combined $6.2 million to purchase vehicles for police cars, right? $10 million toward continued premium payment on implementing citywide low-cost living adjustment second year in a row. 1 million in new technology to support innovation across the city. 10 million in capital improvement to ensure that city facilities match the caliber employee to work in them. And look at the bottom. Continued youth center investment across the city, including $1.8 million to operate at Promise Youth Centers. 2 million in youth, only 2 million in youth programs. 2 million in youth programs. That's all they're doing. 2 million in youth programs. So they're spending 2 million in youth programs, man. 2 million in youth programs, but $90 million training cops. And y'all think that's fair? Y'all think that's fair to y'all children? Do y'all think that's fair to y'all children? Or do y'all even care? Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna have a big issue with this thing, man. And it's been going on for a couple of weeks, man. But these two suckers right here, man, they sold your kids out. They spending $90 million, $90 million to train cops. And my only thing is that if you're spending $90 million, if it's taking $90 million to train cops, what are they doing now? How are you training cops now? How are you training cops now? What are you doing to train cops now? Where are you training them? This was nothing but a big old money grab, man. It was a big money grab. There was over 300 people who went down to City Hall to protest this, speaking to the committee, the Atlanta City Hall people. 300 people. It took them almost to midnight to hear all those people talk. And when it was over with, they had their mind made up. They was going to vote for this regardless. You know why? Because they was already paid for it. Julian Bond and Mayor Dickens, they already got their money. They ain't have no choice but to vote for this. Because people have already paid them. Their pocket has already been lined. Now y'all know $90 million. $90 million. Somebody getting paid, man. Somebody getting paid. You think they're going to put $90 million into building a facility? These people getting paid. They spent $90 million building a facility, but they only put like $2 million into the youth, which everybody's saying, they are the one who committing all the crime. If the youth are the one who's committing all the crime, why are you putting so much money into the cops? Why are you putting so much money into the cops? Because the only thing cops are going to do, you can't arrest your way out of crime. That has been proven not to work. Look at Chicago. Look at New York. They have some of the biggest crime budgets in America. LA. Look at the big cities who's putting so much money into their police departments, but they still have the highest crime in America. And now Mayor Dickens gonna follow that model, thinking he's gonna solve crime. But y'all know what this is all about? This is all about pleasing the people of Buckhead. And a lot of y'all fell in love with Mayor Dickens because they call him Adamville Drake because he's from Adamville. Just because he's from Adamville, y'all thought y'all knew him. Y'all thought he had y'all best interests at heart. Y'all thought he had y'all best interests at heart. But Mayor Dickens did not have your best interests at heart. He's taking $90 million training cops. What kind of damn, who the hell they training? RoboCop? That's what I want to know. Who in the hell are they training with $5 million? I mean, with $90 million. And guess what, y'all? The city is still on the hook for the next 30 years for $1.2 million. They got to pay $1.2 million just to keep this facility open. That's after they paid. That's after the $60 million coming out of the city pocket and $90 million coming from investors. And $30 million coming from investors. This is where the $90 million come from. They invested all this money into training cops. To do what? What are you training cops to do with $90 million? I just don't get it. But you're only investing about $2 million in the youth. What are they doing? Midnight basketball league. They did midnight basketball league when I was young. Kids don't even play sports like that no more. How are you taking $90 million investing over here, but only $2 million over here in the midnight basketball league? How many kids are you think midnight basketball league is helping? How many kids are you keeping off the street with midnight basketball league? It's a Band-Aid, y'all. It's a Band-Aid. And I don't see why we keep voting for these politicians, black politicians who gonna sell us out. That's all black politicians doing. We mad at Trump, but we ain't looking in our own backyard. We ain't looking in our own backyard. How Michael Julian Bond and Andre Dickens selling the city of Atlanta out. And during election time, Raphael Warnock, you saw him all over the TV every day. What is he doing now? He won't even utter the word reparations. They won't even utter the words police reform. They think this is not police reform. This is not police reform. This is going to eventually put a lot of kids in jail. This is all they doing. They are setting the city kids up for failure. And all they did is gave them midnight basketball league. But you took $90 million and you invested in the college. You can take that same 90. You know what you can do with $90 million for the youth of Atlanta? There are a lot of mentoring groups in Atlanta who are starving for money. They are starving for money. You can take that money and give it to these people in mentoring group. You can give this money to churches to mentor. There's nothing cops can do to stop crime because they over there, the crime gonna go over there. The only way you stop crime is you prevent crime. That's the only way you stop crime. And I don't know Mayor Dickens. He's a Georgia Tech graduate. He's not an HBCU guy. He's a Georgia Tech guy. So he's gonna do what they tell him to do. And we got food. And the city of Atlanta got food by thinking, because he was from Adamville, he went to Mays High, that, he know what we're about. But Andre Dickens lied to y'all. Andre Dickens lied to y'all. He has no idea what the black community needs. He has no idea what the black community needs, man. And let me put this behind me then, since they won't let me play video. Let me show y'all who all voted for it. Cause I got my little, maybe my green screen messing everything up. These are the people who. This is the voting. This is everybody who voted. This is everybody who voted for that. And let me get out with so y'all can see. Y'all see that dude? Y'all see that dude right up in the corner? He is the ring leader, Michael Julian Bond. He's living off his daddy's name, living off his. And Mary Norwood, she voted for it. Most of the people who voted yes, you notice they are Caucasian people. Let me get out of the way. They are Caucasian people. And most of the people who voted no, they are African Americans, except for Julian Bond and this cat right here. You know what I'm saying? Let me bring somebody. Jen, what's up, Jenny?
Hey, Rob, how are you?
Thing been acting haywire. My thing been acting haywire today, so I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I'm talking about how the city sold Atlanta out. The city of Atlanta sold the city out. Big time. They sold the city out. What do you think? I know you're probably not a citizen of Atlanta, but you still might have a say so in. You still have an opinion, right? The city eventually gonna spend over $90 million building this training facility. And when I pulled up, let me pull it up again. Let me pull up the how much they invested in the youth. Let me pull this up again. I gotta put it behind me because when I put it on the screen, it messes up. So you see behind me, let me duck out the way. You see that right there? They only spending roughly $3 million on the youth. That's in the budget. And that's fixing up centers and stuff like that, giving kids these summer jobs. But summer's going to be over with, but these kids going to still be hanging in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So what are your, I'm hearing a lot about Cop City on the news. What are your thoughts on Cop City? Can you hear me?
Yes, you can be heard. Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, I was trying to read what's behind you. I'm trying to see.
It's just the proposal. This is a budget, and at the bottom, maybe I need to get out of this so you can see.
No, it's okay.
Because some kind of way, if I put it up on the screen, it ain't showing.
No.
Let me try to pull it up on the screen again. My thing been going haywire when I do that. So let me try it again. Maybe do a skill. I'm gonna try it again. It's been knocking me off. Mayor Dickens budget. I don't know if you can.
I can see it. Yes, that's good.
You can see it.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, it don't show on my home screen.
But it's up. It's visible.
Okay. Can you read the Can you read the let me see, which line? The last one. The last one. Can you read that? Can you read that?
All right, I gotta put my glasses on because it's kind of tiny.
Yeah, put your glasses on because I want people to see how much money they invested in the youth.
All right, so it's saying continued youth-centered investments across the city, including 1.8 million in the operation of, let me see, our All Promise Youth Center, $2 million in youth programming. Let me see, in the Department of Parks and Recreation, 2.5 million in American Rescue Plan Act funds for summer youth employment.
So that's 2, 3, 4. So that's roughly $5 million. So that's roughly $5 million they investing in the kids. So Jenny, you gotta come back in. So it seems like every time I try to pull up a screen, it goes off for some reason. Let me put this background back up. These are the corporates. Yeah, so it seems like every time I try to show y'all the screen, it kicks me out, something like that. I'm gonna have to get in touch with my tech folks. So Jenny, try to come back in, and I'll see you. But y'all, if y'all watching, what y'all think about Cop City? What y'all think about what Mayor Dickens and the city council is doing with that money, putting all that money into Cop City and very little into the youth, who is the issue. The main issue of crime is the youth. So why would you take a small portion, putting it in? Why would you only put a small portion into the kids, in a large portion into training cops? It ain't that serious, man. Training cops can't be that serious. And I wish I could talk to these cats, man, and ask them, why are you guys doing this? And I kind of know they get paid behind closed doors, man. Let's be honest about this. Mayor Dickens didn't even run on this. When he was running for mayor, he not once did he mention police reform. Not once did he mention that he was thinking about spending this much money into training cops. He waited till he became mayor to do this. And to be fair to him, this started under Keisha Land Bottom. So my point is, man, why are we continue to trust these black faces, man, to run this city, this black city that is known? This is the city of Martin Luther King. Why would y'all take all of that money and invest it in the cops and very little into the kids? What do y'all think? If y'all watching, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the mayor and the city council putting so much money to these kids, to these cops? What do y'all think about it? Text me something, y'all. Holler at your boy, man. Holler at your boy. So what do y'all think about that? Y'all think this is fair? Do y'all think we need it? Y'all think we needed $90 million to train cops? And over the next 30 years, they're gonna have to pay over $1 million just to buy this facility. They're not even gonna own this facility. They put $90 million. The city is investing. Can y'all believe that? The city is investing $90 million. They're investing $90 million into training cops, and they're not even going to own that facility for another 30 years after they pay $1 million a year for 30 years. Now, hopefully I'll be around in 30 years, but I'll probably be dead and gone. You know what I'm saying? 30 more years. You know what I'm saying? I hope God, bless me with many years. You know what I'm saying? But 30 more years, they got to pay over $1 million for this facility. And I think our mayor has sold out the city. Then he had the nerve to go up to Mays High when my homeboy granddaughter passed away and brought the cameras to do a photo op. These are the people that who we voting in, man. Dickens, Julian Bond. These are the people we are voting in to run the cities and the states and stuff like this, man, the country. Most our black leaders have failed us. Our modern day black leaders have failed the black community. But we keep looking at the white man like they failing us. It ain't the white man failing us. It's the black man who failing us. And I just don't get it, man. I just don't get why would they do that. And the people of Atlanta, when it's time to vote again, y'all need to do y'all research. Y'all need to do y'all research because these cats are not for you, man. These cats are not for you. Trying to wait for Jenny to come on back in here. Give me her opinion about this. So what y'all think about? What y'all think about $90 million being spent on these cops, man? And all they're gonna do is lock y'all kids up. That's all they're gonna do. Lock your kids up. Jenny, welcome back.
Are we good now?
Yeah. Every time I try to pull something up on the screen, I probably need to upgrade. I probably need to upgrade myself. That's probably what I need to do. Probably need to upgrade my system because it's been doing this for the last couple of weeks. So, what are your thoughts on Cop City?
Well, I mean, with everything that you've already said, it's obvious that it's probably more about money and some other things. But I mean, we all know that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So the programming, the lesser amount of money that's put towards programmings for children to help them in the community to be better is just when you look at the amount of money that's being spent for this particular facility, it's just it's just not even, it doesn't make sense. It's very imbalanced. Our youth, no matter what, are going to unfortunately go through the things that they go through, to have the troubles they have, and money has to be invested to help them so that they can be reformed, made better. instead of trying to develop something to combat them, really, because it almost seems like it's like a war. Like, let's build this so we can, keep, these people in control, if they start getting out of hand. But I mean, to me, it just makes sense to invest money in creating a better community, a better city. It I mean, that's common sense to me. I just think when it comes down to politics and all the money involved, I think by now, if people don't get it about politicians, how they say these things, and then once they get into office, they don't actually do what they say they would do. It's been
They,
going on for years.
yeah, they do what the hell they say, they do what the hell they want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, Dickens, when he was running, he didn't mention this not one time. He didn't mention it not one time. Now he's all out front with this. Like, we got to have this cop city, and I don't have no, I don't have no, I wouldn't have no problem with them investing money in, training cops. But hell, $90 million, and it's gonna be like well over $100 million, because they gotta pay at least for the next 30 years over $1 million, about $1.5 million for the rent before they can even own the space in 30 years. That's what I read on it.
Well, I mean, I agree. I think training is necessary. I don't disregard the need for that. I think it just needs to be a balance. There's always going to be crime. There's always going to be something that is going wrong, where you need professionals to come in and fix it and get in, to get it resolved. But it's still, you have upcoming children who are growing, and if all they're seeing is, okay, you act this way, this is how we're going to deal with you, when there is nothing really solid, consistently in place for them to be better, it's balance.
Say the last part again. You kind of froze up a little bit.
I just think it's an imbalance of money spent to help the youth, or just people in general, because it's not even about young people only. It's about people in general. You have a lot of adults that are committing crimes in communities and in the city, and they need help. Whatever programs, whether it's counseling, whether it's whatever type of program that can be put into place to help reform people. There should be a balance of how money is spent to help those people, along with the training that, of course, is needed to, or not good, that are just happening in the community. You have to have, I feel, a balance of both.
Well, $90 million versus what, like roughly $5 million. That's a real big imbalance. I mean, and the reason why I'm so upset because there's a whole lot of things you can do with $90 million to help these youth. There's a lot of people out there with like mentoring programs that you can go to and say, look, how much you need to bring in more kids. Because to fix a problem, you have to start at the root of it. And it seems like what they're doing, they're just preparing themselves, preparing a place to put the kids when they get in trouble. They're not trying to prevent crime. They're trying to police crime. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's the system. I mean, unfortunately, that's the reality of the ongoing systems of this world. It's been like this for years. I've seen it in other parts with school, the education. It's like it's just set up for everybody, especially in our community, to fail. So
I just hate when it's people who look like us doing it. You know what I'm saying? I hate it when people who look like us ignore the need of the people who voted them in.
How money is involved. So
yeah, exactly. I get that. But it's obvious but y'all making it look so obvious. And I don't, and I'm surprised a lot of people ain't outraged about it. Like, I mean, y'all, we march in the street when cops beat a child or something like that. And now this, to me, I think this is a more of an injustice to your kids than the cop beating your child. This is just as much as injustice as a cop beating your child. These folks investing over $90 million in training. What my thing is, what kind of training they finna do? You know what I'm saying? $90 million. What kind of training they finna about to do?
Well, I mean, with the times that's coming, that's ahead. I mean, they'll probably need it, even though it's an extreme amount of money. But again, if there's no preventive measures on a scale to make it where we can lessen crime, then of course what they're training people for is to combat those individuals who will be the people that are committing the crimes. I mean, crime is never going to go away. I mean, that's the reality of our world. It's going to always be there. But again, you got to have the balance. And so if you have this facility again being all this money being spent, I mean, it's an anticipation that it's going to get worse, and it will. We may not want to believe that, but it will get worse. And I think a lot of times when we're looking at the fact that we have a voice and, you know, all of the people were protesting and saying they didn't want it, really, to me, at the end of the day, there was probably no intention to do anything different. I think that had to happen to maybe make it seem fair, that people's voices needed to be heard. But in my gut, I feel like they were going to do it anyway, regardless of how other people felt in the, you know, in the community, in the city.
I agree. I think they were going to do it anyway, and they already been paid. Their pocket been lined up already, so it was just a matter of listening to people protesting and, you know, telling why they don't want it. You know what I'm saying? But Michael Julian Barnes even said there was only 300 people. It was only 300 people down here who spoke. There are a million people in Atlanta, dude. You want a million people to show up? You know what I'm saying? The comment he made, it let me know that he didn't give a damn at all. You know what I'm saying? Who would have showed up? He didn't care who was going to show up. They were going to vote for this regardless. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't even give people a chance to vote on it.
Well, what's interesting is when he made the comment that only 300 people showed up. I mean, regardless, even if they were intentions that we're going to do this anyway, maybe that's a lesson for us that if we really don't want something to happen, we all need to be down there and just make a bunch of noise. I mean, it could be a lesson in it for us.
But see, I get what you're saying, but everybody can't be down there. Everybody can't be there. And a lot of times people trust their politicians to do the right thing. Unfortunately, especially because they look like us. You think because the guy from Adamville, he from your hood, Drake from Adamville, people thought he knew the community. People thought he knew the needs of the community, and they was wrong, big wrong.
Well, politics are what they are. I mean, we know the corruption within it. So, I mean, it's not surprising. It's just disappointing.
Stanford, what's going on with you, bro?
Hi, Stanford. Probably can't hear you.
Can you hear
Hey,
me?
how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
You all right, bro?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just joining y'all, listening to what y'all saying so far.
We were just talking about the city of Atlanta, man. They're spending $90 million on a cop training facility. It's going to be more than that because they got to pay $1 million a year for over 30 years to even have the rights to the building. You know what I'm saying? They spending the whole facilities. They call it Cop City. I don't know if y'all heard about it down in Florida where you at, but it's been a big controversy.
Yeah,
in Atlanta.
I've heard it was going on. You have two brothers supposedly who's backing this up too, or something like that.
Yeah, the mayor, he's backing it. You know what I'm saying? And Michael Julian
Yeah.
Bond, his daddy was a big civil rights leader. You know, and like I say, they got paid. Anytime you got $90 million going into one project, a lot of people getting paid behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of people are getting paid with that. They have political aspirations themselves. You know, they want to get somebody probably wants to be a governor instead of just mayor. Somebody want to get to the Senate, get to the House or something. I don't know. You
That
know,
one
but
thing I think you.
It's always about the
I
money.
know I heard you say something. I heard you say something about, they voted for him because they trusted him because he knew what they needed, right? He knew what the problems were inside, certain areas, right?
What I was saying, as black people, we generally vote for people who look like us because we feel like he must know a little bit of my pain. You know what I'm saying? He must know what we really need down here in this community. You know what I'm saying? But once you vote them in, they won't do nothing for you.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. They say family sometimes will fuck you faster than people just your friends. Just because he black don't mean he's good for black. So there's
Yeah,
Judases all over the place.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I
Judases
think
all
there
over the
was.
place, man. So he might know shit. White people know it too. But what I'm trying, but is he from that area though? Is he from it? Does he have roots? Is his roots tied to that area? Them areas? I'm not sure about that.
He's from Atlanta. He's from Adamsville. He's from Adamsville. He's from the hood area. You know what I'm saying? He's from the heart of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Okay. Well,
he went to Mays High. You know, and people ran behind. Oh, that's Adamsville Drake. He ran on it. Adamsville Drake. This man, he went to Georgia Tech. Y'all forgot he went to Georgia Tech though. Yeah, he graduated from Georgia Tech. So it ain't like he didn't grow up around us. He was raised around us, but he didn't grow up around us. You know what I'm saying? So he don't know the pain of the black people, man. Not for him to take all of that money out of the city's budget and put it into training cops. I mean, like, what kind of cops y'all making over there? Robo cops? And they only invested like $5 million in like youth programs. And everybody,
it's a known fact that adding cops don't improve.
It don't
improve anything.
And I was trying to tell DVP that. And I've been trying to tell DVP this all the while, man. Well, cops, you need. I'm not saying you don't need cops. I'm not saying they don't need better training. Obviously, they do. But $90 million versus $5 million to the youth, you know what I'm saying? To train cops, and it's just unfair. And I think the city of Atlanta getting hosed big time. And these Julian Bond and Drake Dickens, they pocket getting lined big time.
Yeah, it's just an imbalance. Like I said before, you have to have the preventive measures in place, the programs to help make the city more safe, and of course, starting within the communities like where we live and stuff. It's just you have to do things to make it better. But if it's all about a solution to the problem instead of preventing the problem, then it's just going to continue. It's actually going to get worse.
Yeah, and then when a young lady, and what I'm really pissed about, when a young lady who was murdered right on the grounds where he went to high school, he calls the media and he takes his ass right up there and do a photo op. And you ain't doing nothing for the youth, but you supposed to be so concerned. You supposed to be so concerned about the youth, but you taking $90 million over here and you putting little bitty $5 over here. What you got all these mentoring groups who need that money to be able to help more youth. And it's just crazy, man.
It lets you know what their priorities. It lets you know what their priorities are.
Right. It's going to keep happening because it's designed this way. It's set up this way. It's just set up this way.
I wouldn't say it's set up that way. I think they know they know the people in the community trust them because you know what I'm saying they can speak the language. Julian Bond, he comes from a pedigree of civil rights leader, a civil rights leader. You know what I'm saying? Michael Julian Bond, his dad was a civil rights, one of the big civil rights icon leaders in Atlanta. And Dre Dickinson, he comes from the community. He went to school to Mays High, right in the community. But what a young girl who was murdered right there on the school ground, Mays High. And you go right up there with the cameras and do all the hugging and go to all the balloon releases and all that, but you still gonna spend $90 million over here. You ain't doing nothing to help the rest of the youth. You spend a drop in the bucket. And I've been making posts about this for the last 2 weeks, and ain't nobody upset about it. People like, and I guess the problem is the voters, man. The voters not even smart no more. Till it gets to the point, man. I don't even Jermaine be talking about. They make sure you vote in the local election. Either way it go, they gonna steal. They ain't gonna do. They gonna do what they want to do when they get in. Who doesn't matter if you vote for white folks or black folks. It don't matter.
I mean, sometimes to me, in my personal opinion, it's a lot of noise. Because I still feel deep down it's a system. It's set up this way. As it unfolds before us, we see it happening. We don't like it. We're frustrated, but it's set up this way.
I get what you're saying, but I don't agree that it's set up that way. I think the problem is once they get in office, people get a hope to them. They lobbyists get a hope to them, and they line their pocket. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look, you can make a quick $2 million to pass this through.
Again,
you know what I'm saying? That's
a part of the setup, though.
But look, you don't have to accept the $2 million.
Oh, but they know it's tempting. It's tempting.
Exactly, you're right. It's tempting, but don't even go in the meeting with them. You know what they're finna offer you. But anyway, it behooves me. You know what I'm saying?
Most lobbyists they don't have a political interest. They have a business interest.
Yeah.
So and so when it comes down to these two, to what you're talking about, is 90 million going to Cop City. It's not. I don't think that's business interest. I think that's a political interest. You're dealing with a Republican state. Georgia's a Republican state, man. And then you have the vast majority of people that vote in Georgia are Caucasian. And the vast majority of people who vote in Georgia are Republican. And Blue Lives Matter and all this other stuff, that's what's going to, Trump, all that's going to matter. And that's going to be president. That's going to be paramount in Georgia. In order for it to change, people have to start seeing things for what they really are. And even though I know that you mentioned Jermaine, I do agree with him with this part. If you vote locally, it does help a lot too, more than it does nationally, in my opinion. But you just got to know who to vote for. Instead of just voting because of just political sides, left or right wing, or left or right wing, you need to let the people earn your vote instead of just giving it to them. And that's what people seem to has forgotten, that they don't let these politicians earn their vote. Doesn't matter what party they're part of, in my opinion. That's how I feel. I voted for Democrats and Republicans and independents and everything. I didn't vote for Trump nor Hillary. You know what I'm saying? But I voted. You know what I mean? But the thing is that you can't just vote for someone because they're for the political side. And that's what we mess up at.
Yeah,
you can't do that. You got to vote for what's best for the community. I don't care if a Republican tell me, guess what? We're gonna give y'all. We got 90 million. We're gonna give y'all 45 million. The community 45 million, and Cop City 45 million. I'll vote for that person.
Yeah, I agree. Because I grew up. If you vote Democrat, if you're a Democrat, you vote that way. No matter who it is, it's Democrat across the board. And once I got older, I started understanding that you vote like you say. According to what they're standing for and what they're going to get. So,
man, what's going on?
What's up?
I agree with you.
I tried to reach out. I tried to reach out to DVP, man, but he declined, man. Well, he declined. He just, I guess he's working some. I ain't gonna say he did this or that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe he busy.
Yeah.
But man, I'm text about it, but he won't come on get this smoke. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been pissed off about this right here.
Yeah, I know that's one of your issues.
Yeah, this is one of my issues, man. Because I don't, like I said, I don't have no issue with you putting money into training cops, but damn, 90 plus, it's going to be over 100 million when it's said and done. And I just showed the graphic where they only put in like 5 million in kids program and like parks and recreation and shit like that. And he started a midnight basketball league. And he all on nude praise and this. Dude, it's midnight basketball. Ain't nobody even playing basketball no more. These young kids don't play sports no more like that. They doing gaming now. Open up some gaming centers. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff you could have did with that money, man, besides put into training cop. Okay, get a cop 10 million. Get these kids 50 million. How the hell you gonna stop crime by putting more cops on the street? This is equivalent to what y'all say what Biden did. The crime bill. This all this is the crime bill in Atlanta. This all they're gonna end up being. The crime bill in Atlanta. And I just hate because it's us doing it. It's the local people. They say you vote local. We vote for these Trump. Look what they did.
We have to play devil's advocate to these things. It's kind of hard to pick sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of hard for people, especially if you're not educated in voting. It's kind of hard to pick what the best politician is, and you can't predict. When you playing devil's advocate, you're picking the less of two evils, man.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing.
But here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about Atlanta. The lesser two evil. I think it was one white person running in this race, and the rest of them were black. Andre Dickens is from the hood, so he said a lot of good things. You know what I'm saying? He was like the Obama of Atlanta. He came in like he was like the Obama of Atlanta, and not one did he mention cop shit. Not one did he mention this until he got in there. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, I until I see him personally, I think I'll tell him personally, man, what the hell? Why are you doing this to these kids?
Hey, look, like Jenny said, I was listening. She was saying, all you gotta do is follow the money, man. Follow the money.
That's a lot of money to follow.
I mean, if you really upset about it, then just start digging. I know you say you hate doing research, so start digging. Start find out.
He's like, I hate doing it.
Yeah, but you seem passionate about this issue, so find out who.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the breadcrumb.
Yeah, so find out who doing the training. All right, who funded them to do the training? Then that's where you start at. All right, who getting money off of that training? That's how all this stuff works, man. You see me going to all these wars and stuff like that. Halliburton and all these guys who are head of these companies, they got ties to these government officials. It's easy. You can hide the money through a private company. You can't hide the money if the government just saying, "Hey, the money coming from here," because the government has to show records of it. But when you funnel it through these companies, through these agencies don't have to show the American people nothing. They're not obligated to show us any money, any paper trails or anything. So that's how they hide the money. So when you see a war and you see Halliburton and all these weapons companies and stuff going over there, you already know what the deal is. The Secretary of Defense, the black dude, you know where he came from. He came from off of the board of Raytheon. Who you think gonna get these contracts when they go to war? Raytheon. This shit ain't hard, man.
They're not going. You're never gonna get rid of lobbyists out of the political game. It's never gonna happen.
You can get rid of them, but the politicians won't. I
didn't say you can't. I said it will never happen.
Oh no, it never. You're right. It'll never happen because
it'll never happen.
Everybody.
It started with the Rockefellers and the J.P. Morgans. That's where it started at. So it's been there since.
It ain't but so much. It ain't but so many times you noble moral person can turn down millions of dollars getting shoved in their face. I mean, they're gonna come to you like, you're gonna be like, nah, I'm for my people. They're gonna come to you again, 10 million. Nah, I'm for my people, 20 million. Like, shit.
So that's what's going on.
Great temptation to them.
My grandkids, kids, they ain't got to work. All right, cool.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Just for your vote.
Yeah. So that's why I always say this whole system has to come. It has to be crumbled because it's corrupt. You can be the most moral person in the world, but once you get inserted into that, you are bound to the corruption. You're bound to it.
Speaking of corrupt, man, let's talk about your boy, man.
Oh man. My guy.
Talk about your boy, man. You know what I'm talking about.
Should be everybody's guy.
Who?
Trump.
He's on his second indictment. The Federalists got him.
Mr. Untouchable.
I wouldn't even be proud of that name because they said the same thing about Nicky Barnes and they said the same thing about John Gotti. Untouchable and all this, and they all got touched.
How many times he done been impeached?
I don't care how many times he's been impeached.
How many times they keep he like Teflon. They throw something at him, it just bounce off him. Like,
You know, the original Teflon died in jail. Remember that.
Hey.
I wouldn't be proud of that.
But seriously, I think they got him dead. I don't think he's gonna do no jail time. I think they're gonna cut a deal with him to where he just ain't gonna be in the room. Because he's gonna be looking go to jail.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Here's the question you should ask yourself. Why they so afraid of him? They want him to go away so bad. Why are they so afraid of him? Because if the other side, if everybody else had these great plans and they was so, for the American people and this like that, it's like you afraid of competition. It's like LeBron going to every team. Every time he can't make, all right, fuck, I'm gonna go to Miami. I ain't winning here. I'm gonna go to Cleveland. I ain't winning here. I'm gonna go to LA. It's like at some point you gotta not be afraid of competition and actually give the American people something to vote for.
You really think that's what it is?
Right now they looking like they just scared of this dude who ain't even a fucking politician. Think about this. All these people got all these years of political savvy and years in politics, and they're afraid of a game show host. that should make everybody who vote and be like, damn, why the hell y'all so afraid of this dude?
Wasn't Reagan a movie star?
Yeah, he was an actor.
So this is not
Reagan was. I think he was a governor before he was president. I think he was governor before he was president, I think.
Yeah, but he also was a movie star before he was governor.
An actor too.
He was an actor.
Yeah, but he didn't go straight to the top. He started like Obama. He started.
He started on a lower level in regular politics. He was doing politics before he went to president. This dude went from the TV show to, hey, I'm running for president, and got it. Now that should say something.
You know why them people scared of Trump, man? The truth is this. It ain't because of the fact that he's not a politician. It's because he knows all their little tricks and he has things on him, right? And those are the facts. It ain't about competition and all. That's nothing to do with it. They know that he's gonna exploit and tell the truth when it comes down to their crookedness.
Okay.
But how in the world is that? Let me finish.
Okay.
How does that explain away the shit that he do?
Because it don't explain.
It doesn't. It just doesn't.
It don't.
Just because. Let me give you an example. If I go out there and rob a bank, right? If I go rob a bank, okay, and everything, and then I point the finger at somebody that killed somebody, does that make me any what moral or high ground do I have, really? I still should go to jail for robbing the bank. Just because I know who killed somebody don't mean that I'm better than them. It just means I committed a crime too. And that's all. I think that's all you just said. He's this, he's that. You know, no.
I mean, I'm not praising him. It's a. I mean, you act like I'm praising him. It's a bigger.
No, I ain't say praising him, bro. That's a strong word. I'm not gonna say that. I praise God. So praise is a big word to me. So I'm not saying you're praising him.
Okay.
Admiration, maybe.
Okay. I have no admiration for none of these.
You got admiration for Trump.
But what I do is I have an admiration for somebody. I mean, like you said, he knows where all the bones are buried, right? Okay, cool. So is that a big indictment on who, or is that a big indictment on the system? Because he's done no worse than any other president in the past. None. He's done no worse. The only thing about it is he's loud about it. The only thing about it is he's actually telling the American people the damn shit, the shit that you ain't supposed to be telling people. Like he actually told while we were over there in Syria. It's a video of him saying, "Yeah, we're over there for the oil. We're gonna get the oil and we're gonna take the oil." That's the only thing he's doing. He ain't doing no different than Obama did, or no different than Biden did. They all over there stealing oil, but he just bold enough to fucking say it, or stupid enough to say it.
But Jermaine, now,
the problem is that
if you think this way, you're not a Trump supporter. Just think how the Trump supporter feel.
let me, you know, they you know, I think what has happened is that human beings, especially here in the West, our moral compass doesn't exist anymore. So we're able to accept these behaviors simply because of the fact, one or two people might say some things that you might be thinking. Every once in a while, your damn ego has to be checked, or else you would tend to think that there's nothing you can do that's wrong. And if you are going to sit there and tell me that a man running around saying that he's going to go ahead and take that oil at the lives of other people's lives and Americans that are dying also, and that's okay?
I didn't say it was okay. I said
I'm not saying you said that. What I'm saying is that's how they're thinking. You said how they're thinking and stuff and what he's doing. And that's what I'm addressing. So our moral compass as a country has been moved and shifted for the worse. So
did it start with Trump, or has it always been like that? I mean, because most people think it started with, they think racism started with Trump. They think Black Lives Matter started with Trump. They blame everything. They have programmed the American people to think Trump is the end all, the be all. And what I'm telling people is he's not. Y'all, I mean, they give y'all. I mean, y'all run with this. Y'all don't even know. Most people don't even know why they hate Trump. They just know they hate Trump. They have.
I know.
Jermaine, I guess you got to look at it like this, Jermaine.
I guarantee you, I don't like. I tell you why.
I would give crazy analogies.
I said most people. You're not most people. I'm talking
about.
No,
I said I can get. I'm just addressing that. I'm just saying. I didn't say you said it.
The average voter, the average American have no idea why they hate Trump. Matter of fact, before he started running for office, I can guarantee you the average American probably watched his show, loved him, and said, "Ooh, I want to be a millionaire like Trump."
I think most folks don't like him because of his character. Anytime if let's say you got a daughter and she brings a guy home, he comes in the house, he drinking, he cussing, he got his propping his feet all up on your sofa. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna like that guy. He could be a good guy, but you're gonna look at him, but you're not gonna like it
because he can get them a job. Some people might, because he probably can get them a job. He might be a CEO of a company. You know what? Go ahead. I can get you a job.
My point to Jermaine, your character precedes you, man. Your character gonna precede you. If you got bad character, people don't want to have nothing to do with you, and you know that, Jermaine. Well, you know what I'm saying? You can't go on your job saying "fuck y'all," and you the best work on the job. You're the best work on the job, but you go in there and you disrespectful to everybody. They're gonna fire your ass.
Okay, well I'll say this. He became president.
I just got through doing it.
He became president because he became president is a bigger indictment on a broken system that allowed him to become president. Because
he followed the rules. The rules are there.
If he ran against a Democrat, right? Am I correct? And most of America, or I mean, she got the popular vote or whatever. If they were doing what they were supposed to do, then he wouldn't have had no damn choice. He wouldn't have been able to win. Matter of fact, he even said he thought this was a joke. He didn't actually think he was going to win the presidency. But they were so fucking bad that he won. That's why that's a bigger indictment on the fucking damn.
No. I'm gonna tell you why he won. Because most casual voters thought there was no way in hell he would win. No way in hell people would vote for this guy. No way in hell. So the second time around, people say, hell no, he could have won. I'm gonna make sure I get out this time.
How did he win the first time?
Because people stayed at home. People thought, ain't no way in hell people gonna vote for this dude.
No, he won the first time. I tell you, I answer that. He won the first time because people disliked Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
No, people stayed at home. A lot of people stayed at home.
And he got a lot of white supremacists on his squad.
That's not why.
All right then. He can get people jobs. That's what it was.
Y'all think a part of it could be because she's a woman?
I know Democrats right now.
So here's the thing about it.
I've heard that
the thing about voting, you got to be strategic. You just can't get the popular vote. You got to win the electoral college. She got the popular vote. More people voted for her overwhelmingly, but she didn't get the votes in the
she didn't get the
areas
electoral college
in the areas she needed the vote in the big states. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And why didn't she?
Because she went going to state. Because she wouldn't.
There you go.
She didn't. Yeah.
You know why? Because she assumed she was going to get the black votes in those states.
No, it wasn't a black vote. It was a white vote too.
Those states that he won were traditionally Democrat states. He won Democratic states.
A lot of people just assume people weren't stupid enough to vote for Donald Trump.
She didn't go to Minnesota. He went to Minnesota and flipped the goddamn state.
During the campaign, then he should have beat. If that's the case, then he should have beat Biden.
Campaign trail, which nobody because nobody does any real research. They were funding his opponent, Donald Trump against his opponents. Well, nobody tell you won't. They won't tell you that they were funding him because they said, "Oh yeah, we want him to win because we know we can beat him." So instead of getting other candidates, they end up getting him. They don't want to talk about that. Just like this in 2022, they were funding Republican candidates. I put the damn graphic up on the damn when we were on the show during that time. They were funding. They were throwing $30 million to candidates that they wanted to win. So no, they shit backfired on him. That's how he ended up winning.
How did he beat Biden then? Why did he beat Biden? Why didn't he beat Biden?
Why didn't he beat Biden?
Why didn't he beat him?
Because everybody was programmed to hate Trump. Like you said, I talked to many people who said, "Why you vote for Biden?" I don't know. I just don't like Trump.
Because people that wouldn't take no chances of Trump getting back in their office.
I just don't like.
People got out and voted this time.
Let me ask you this.
People got out and voted this time.
Let me be clear. It's all bullshit. It's all theater.
I agree with you on that.
Because
I agree with you on that.
We under the illusion that we have a choice in voting for the president. We don't. These presidents are selected. They already know who they're gonna pick.
I believe that too.
So it's all an illusion of choice. Only thing voting is just checking the temperature of the populace to see who they can stomach the most.
So you think so you think the next president already chosen?
Come on, bro.
And who you think they're gonna be? Trump?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
So why the hell? So why Trump? If the next president already chosen, why he went around talking about the election was stolen?
I don't know. Huh? Like I said, it's all theater, bro.
Okay.
It's theater.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I know. I get it. All right. The next president is already chosen before it's even ran. The election was stolen from me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of layers to that, though. Why he's saying that?
Okay.
I'm just being
funny.
That's a whole nother show about what
I'm looking at his name. I'm saying agitate. I said, let me agitate.
Peel the layers back, Jenny.
Listen, that's a whole nother show. I promise you.
Well, we can start
It's the reason why they build prisons in certain spots. so they can get more electoral voters. It's a reason why. That shit ain't by. It's by design. It ain't no accident.
I want to ask y'all something. And I think I asked y'all this. I'm not sure. I have not really gotten a real good answer from this at all about our system. Our system is not. It is flawed in certain ways. Is that can felons buy vote?
Talking about while they in jail or when they out?
Even when they in jail or out?
No, in jail. You can't vote when you're in jail.
No, you can't vote when you're in jail. But you can be president in jail.
So all you count it as a number of the populace when you're in prison.
Okay. Can you buy guns or weapons like of that caliber as a convicted felon?
I don't think so. I'll have to look into that. I don't think so though.
You can't do that. I don't think you can. And if you can, you have to wait about 15, 20 years or something like that.
Yeah, you would have to get it expunged off your record.
Expunged off your record, right? This is the question that I want to ask. Convicted felons cannot buy guns, but a convicted felon can run for president.
Who's a convicted felon?
Why is that? If Trump gets convicted, and if Trump gets convicted, would he be convicted? Would he be convicted? If he gets convicted, he'll be a felon, right?
Yeah.
He still can run for president. Why do you think that is? I don't know why that is. That our system would let a person that's been a convicted felon run for president, but then a convicted felon can't vote. He can't buy a gun.
Well, that goes to say what I've been saying.
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to understand that logic.
The system is broken.
Yeah.
No, I think the problem with America, they still leaning on the Constitution too much. The Constitution is old fashioned, and a lot of stuff that we going through in today's time, they didn't take that into account. Like the Second Amendment, them folk were shooting muskets and shit. They didn't see no damn AR-15 coming in the future. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure they knew they were gonna have ARs and AKs in the future. They probably would have specifically said which guns was. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that I see where you're going, Stafford, but that's people twist things and take advantage of the situation in which they're in sometimes to prove they certain agenda. It's sort of like those people who quote the Bible, right? To assert to justify a certain act they're doing, or they quote just pieces of a verse instead of the entire verse. You know what I'm saying? Like an eye for an eye. You ever heard people say that? Eye for an eye, but they don't finish the whole verse up. You know what I'm saying? When it says that Jesus Christ said that vengeance would be his, not yours. But people think they justify the actions that they take with just eye for an eye. So, no, you're right on the part that, in my opinion, you're right in the part that, no, the founding fathers did not think that, that people would have AR-15s and everything else like that. But the Constitution is a living document, number one. Number two is we have things called amendments where we can add things to it. So if people really want to add things to it for certain things, they can. But you got to have the right people in power to do so. And the people have to do it. They have to vote for these things.
Who will be the right people? So who are against guns?
We, the citizens, is going to have to be part of it.
It
takes a unison of different. I'm not saying that it's just going to be the people. No, legislation
but that's what I'm saying. Legislative wise, all right. We'll have to change, make that amendment. So right now, you would say the Democrats are the one who wants to change the Second Amendment or add the assault rifle or whatever, the Second Amendment.
I'm not going to say just Democrats, because I know a lot of Republicans that want to also too. Okay. I think it's Democrats and Republicans.
It used to be an assault rifle ban.
It did. It was. I think Obama put it in.
It ain't like it ain't never been one. Yeah,
Obama put it in there.
I think it was. I don't think Obama did. I think that happened before Obama.
Okay.
But Stanford, what you just said, you said is Democrats and Republicans who both have an issue with the Second Amendment, correct? Am I correct in which that's what you said?
No, I don't say that. No, I'm not saying that they have an issue with the Second Amendment. I think people have issues with how it's being used to further their agenda. That's it.
So and would you say that it's more of the left who is pushing that agenda?
Pushing what agenda are you talking about?
The
getting rid of assault
style rifles.
I've heard more Democrats say it.
Right.
It'll be like 60-40.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So 60-40 saying. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So before this past election, the left had both sides of the house. Why didn't they get passed? Why didn't it get passed?
No. You're a little bit
Bill Clinton signed the assault rifle ban in 1994.
Okay, so Bill Clinton signed it, right? When Obama was in office, he didn't have it. He didn't have the House and the Senate.
Yeah, he did.
When Biden's in it now.
Yeah, he did.
When Biden's in it now. No, he didn't.
Now he don't. But his first term he did.
Who?
I mean his first year and a half he did. Obama had the House and the Senate. His first
year and a half, maybe he did, but things also take time assigning to.
Yeah.
It takes time.
But
that's what. Hold on, let me finish. I'm about to finish the question because you know what? I'm sure you've heard of the word filibuster, and that's what they did to them. They filibustered them to death. And that time went by, it expired, and they could never do it and get it passed.
Well,
that's your answer right there.
Well, he had to. Well, first, Obama had the majority. He had. It wasn't no filibuster that could have been taking place when Obama got in office. He had. He had a bully pulpit. He could have did anything he wanted, and he did do everything that he wanted to do in his first year and a half. Biden had the bully pulpit his first year or so in office, and he could have did anything that he wanted to do, and he did do everything that he wanted to do. He signed executive orders for this. He signed executive orders for that. I think he had the record for executive orders in his first 100 days. So are we talking about? So are we saying that some of this stuff?
I'm just looking at it right now. It wasn't a year and a half either. It was 4 months. 4 months.
4 months.
I'm looking at it right here.
But we didn't have the election.
It says. I'm just telling you what he had. I'm telling you what it
says
right
Biden,
here.
For Biden or for Obama?
No, for Obama.
So he only had it for 4 months.
It has to be like 2 years.
It had to be more because they had to
total control of the Senate. Total control of the Senate, September 24th, 2009, until February 4th, 2010.
But we're using.
I'm just telling you what it is, man. It's right here.
No, using that don't change over to midterm.
I'm gonna tell you what it says, man. I'm just reading it. But look it up.
Okay, but I'll look it up. But what I'm saying is, things can get passed if they want to get passed. I mean,
I agree with you. I mean,
they passed. They didn't take no damn vote on. Well, they did vote. They voted, and it sure was bipartisan to send Ukraine billions of dollars. So the shit they want to get passed, they can get passed. The reason why certain stuff don't get passed, so the other party can pass the buck on the other one. So they'll wait for the other one to get in turn and say, well, you see why we couldn't pass it because they got the Senate. Oh, well, you see why we can't pass it because they got the House. So it's all like I said, it's all. But I get what you're saying.
Obama had control. Obama had control. Obama had control in 2009 to 2011. So
that's Congress.
You know what I'm saying?
The 111
He had Congress. It's normally always split when he one of them get in. It'll split that first.
Why did McCain go against Trump? You think? Remember the vote for Obamacare? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Why did McCain go against him? Remember, McCain was one of the. He was like one of the last votes, and that's when the Republicans had the Congress. They had everything. Why did McCain go against him?
I think it had an issue with the public option. I think that was one of the hangups on it, because Obamacare doesn't have public option.
Okay.
To be honest, Obamacare was really a Republican bill. The Affordable Care Act was what the Republicans had been trying to get all the while. They just didn't want Obama to get that victory. Obama drafted that after some bill that what the name
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney. Yeah.
He drafted that after Mitt Romney's bill, which really was a conservative bill. They didn't want Obama to be the one to do it. But McCain.
But Robert, you got to remember that all that stuff was just for the public's consumption, that they didn't like Obama and want Obama to do shit. Obama did everything that the establishment wanted him to do. He bailed out the banks. He bailed out the housing industry. I mean, he did everything that he.
What Jermaine? That was what any president was going to do. That
no.
They were going to bail the bank. You know they going to bail the banks out, man.
No, what I'm trying to get at is Obama.
Bank's the one that the country goes under.
Obama himself has already is on record for saying, I govern like a conservative. He said I would be like a Reagan, some shit he said. He's not.
I think I heard something like that before.
He's not a true Democrat. He's really a conservative.
Black people were one point in history. Black people at one point were conservative. I mean, the majority of us, the vast majority of us were conservative.
I mean,
there's no. I mean,
black people now, value-wise and ideal-wise, are conservative for the most part.
I'm talking about the political. Yeah, you're right. The political affiliation, it didn't stop until because remember it was back when what's his name? What's the base? Jackie Robinson, right? Because he was big into politics. And he had a lot of black people followed him. He broke that barrier and everything over there in baseball, and Major League Baseball and everything. And it wasn't until Lyndon B. Johnson and Barry Goldwater started going at each other as far as like running for president back then. And then Jackie Robinson found out and realized that Barry Goldwater did not, he was not a supporter of the Civil Rights Bill. And Lyndon B. Johnson was. So Lyndon B. Johnson said, I'm going to sign this bill, but I better get some of these black votes. And that's when and so Jackie Robinson left, and then he brought the black vote with him. And then that's when it's the shift of Republican to Democrat happened for black folk. Right there.
Yeah, I mean, but that's true. But what a lot of people don't understand is that up until maybe like the early 90s,
okay,
majority of all of the major civil rights acts that were passed, it was because of Republicans.
You talking about up until then or after then?
Up until the 90s, from Reconstruction, from slavery, up until maybe the 90s, every major civil rights bill was really passed.
I think what has happened, except for things like the CIA and stuff, say no to drugs and those things, that was, those things was really funded by and happening in the 80s under a Republicans' watch. So, I think what Republicans had to realize is that, and they shot themselves in the foot when it came to our vote. And it goes down to what I said earlier. We have to let these politicians earn our vote. We just can't give it to them. I'm not saying don't vote. What I'm saying is make them earn it.
How do you do that?
I just gave you an example of it.
Because earlier you said you never know. You said you never know.
I'm gonna tell you.
You said you vote somebody in. You said you never know what they're gonna do.
No, you don't know. That's shit. I'm at work today. I might not make it home. Shit, I don't know. No, you never know. What I'm saying is this. One thing I'm trying to say is this. I'm showing you what I mean by this. Lyndon B. Johnson wasn't, he has some racism in him also. but he wanted us, and we needed something from them. The Republicans decided not to do it with the Civil Rights Bill, and guess what Lyndon B. Johnson said? Okay, I'm gonna give you that Civil Rights Bill. Give me that vote, and that's what happened. Make them earn it.
What Civil Rights Bill?
1964 Civil Rights Bill.
So the Democrats passed that bill?
Lyndon B. Johnson signed it into law. Lyndon B. Johnson. The Democrats. Look at it. There's a big pictures of Martin Luther King there with him doing it.
Okay.
You see it? Now, the Republicans are the party of Lincoln back in them days. They were fighting. It wasn't because of slavery, because it was to keep the country together. That's what it really was about. And I mean, he said it himself. He said that he can keep the country together without freeing one slave, he'll do it. Lincoln said that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not pretend like this Republican shit is some shit that they was always on our side. They weren't. You understand what I'm saying? The main objective was back then was to keep the country together. In 1964, that election time is for them to get votes. That's it. Make them earn our vote. We already know they're gonna try to fuck us some kind of way it's possible. We might as well get the most out of them that we possibly can get.
So by you saying, making that statement, has the black community made any Democrat earn their vote in the last 50 plus years?
No, not really. No.
So
really.
So your contention is we're going to start making them do it.
Republicans haven't earned it either.
Okay, so now where we at? Because in the last,
but we have left them earning our vote though. We have stopped that. But right now we're just going with people because of the fact that they're either a Democrat or a Republican.
Or are they black?
So how do we? So now going forward,
we put our moral compass back where it should be.
Okay, how do we do that collectively?
Because that's inside you.
Because we're not a monolith. Because you got black. That's inside you. You got black people that are conservative.
That's true.
And they not going to vote Democrat. So how is that?
But why they not going to vote?
As a whole?
Listen what you just said. We got black people who are conservative, and they're just not going to vote. They're not going to vote Democrat. Remember, I just said we got to get off this. We're not going to vote for somebody because they're Democrat.
Right.
We can't do that.
Right. Exactly. We right. So how are you going to get? Because your opening monologue said if a Republican do something that sounds good and going to do it, I'm gonna go with that. You got people who would never do that. I don't give a damn if the Republicans say I'm gonna give you reparations on a handbasket. Here you go. As soon as I get in office, I'm gonna sign it. You got some Democratic voters that say, "Man, fuck that. I ain't never voting Republican."
I tell you what.
That's a mentality.
I tell you what. I guarantee you, if black people saw a Republican giving them reparations, damn near every black person gonna vote for that goddamn Republican. I guarantee you that.
I beg to differ.
Okay. All right.
Hey, and I'm really imagine that Trump talk about reparations on the campaign trail. He's gonna get a lot of black. He's gonna get more black votes than you think he's gonna get.
Watch what I tell you.
Especially if the Democrats ain't talking about it.
Well, Trump got votes off of even saying he was going to meet with Ice Cube when he was talking about that shit. So he got votes off of that.
Yeah, but Ice Cube also rejected that shit. He regretted that shit.
But I can pretty much guarantee that it's some Democrats who will never ever vote Republican. That shit is like cursing their ancestors out.
Well, if they don't hear a message that
why would it be cursing their ancestors out when black people at one point in our history were Republican?
How many of them know that though?
Most.
Frederick Douglass, they were Republicans.
How many black?
Yeah, Frederick Douglass was Republican.
It used to be more Republican congressmen than it was Democrat.
Jimmy, you know where I'm going.
But I understand what you're saying.
I get what you're
saying.
How many black people actually know we used to be Republican?
A lot of people don't know that.
I would venture to say 60% of people who actually vote have no clue that we used to vote Republican.
Right.
So how do we get that information out?
I don't think it's our job to get that information out. I think it's the motherfucker who want our vote.
It's all of us.
But what does that do for us now, though?
But what my thing is, what platform do I have or do we have that we can get it in small pockets? But I'm talking about in a big message. Why it has to be somebody who has that ear and that platform to put that message out. It can't be us because we only going to affect a small pocket.
You're right on that. But guess what? One thing I know about our people is this: we are never in it for the goddamn marathon. We in it for the sprint. Sometimes things take time, my man. You start with what you can work with. I start with what I can work with. Jenny does what she worked with. Stafford does what he works with, and then it spreads like a virus, but a good virus, you know. You understand what I'm saying? And then that's what happens.
You know,
we always want the marathon, and we don't want to put the work in for the. I mean, we always want the sprint, but don't put the work in for the marathon. We want to happen like this.
I beg to differ.
Okay.
Our people are so conditioned and programmed that when they hear Stanford say some shit, they'll be like, "Man, what the fuck this nigga talking about?" With Jermaine talking, oh, what the hell he talking about? He don't know what the fuck he talking about. That's how we look at each other because we, as a whole, we don't fuck with each other like that.
Yeah,
that's
I'll give you that. I'll give you
that's just truth of the matter. So you could be speaking truth to power all day long, and you're gonna have motherfuckers saying, "Oh man, this nigga don't know what he's talking about."
And that's why I said we're in it for the sprint and not the marathon. I just said that. We do it bit by bit. We probably won't see it. But our great grandkids can probably see it if we start somewhere. Well, so we just gonna say, fuck it. I ain't doing nothing. I know what's right, but guess what? I'm gonna go along with everybody else.
Well,
come on, man.
My brother, I feel we don't have that much time, brother. Y'all, you and BT, y'all echo that same thing. Y'all be like, hey man, we gotta build it brick by brick, and it's gonna take time. Well, goddamn, we've been fighting the same fight for 50 years. And I'm 45.
Well, it might not be our. It might not be our generation. It might not be our generation to see it. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is this place that we know it ain't even gonna exist in a few years.
What I'm saying is slavery lasted 400 years. You think George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Abraham? I'm not Abraham Lincoln, but the rest of them four founding fathers thought slavery was gonna be abolished? You thought that? It took time. Slavery lasted 400 years. I told you, we are always in it for the sprint and not the marathon. We have to work for it. That's the answer, man.
Yeah, and it's a continual work.
That's the answer. That's just what it is.
Yeah. What you think of Cornel West?
Who? Me?
You? Anybody? What you know? He put his hat in the ring for president.
Yeah.
Who?
Cornel West.
Oh, he's gonna cause some divide within the Democratic Party. Watch.
He gonna bring out their true colors.
He gonna do what?
Same way.
He gonna bring out their true colors.
Yeah,
like nigga get in your place. Nigga get in your place.
The same way Chris Christie's gonna cause some divide too. With, Trump.
Yeah.
I saw Chris Christie last night. He going that Trump, man. He going that Trump hard.
It's gonna be the same thing. Because he's mad about what happened last time. Trump was, and that's the reason why people watch it. Trump was entertaining, man. That's how simple we are, man. Our moral compass is so fucked up in this country now, man. It's crazy. We've been bamboozled, let them up, run them up, let us straight. That's what happened. We fell for the smoke and mirrors, man, and that's why Trump was the first time president.
So
he got elected.
So what y'all think Trump? Y'all think is he gonna run or is he gonna buy?
He's gonna run.
I think he's gonna run.
Because I think they got him dead to the right now. I think they got him dead. They finally got him. They finally got it, man.
But ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Let's think about it.
Hey, he like me.
I don't think he's going to prison, but I think they're gonna cut a deal to where he's gonna jump out their race.
Everybody seen the Matrix. He like this, Trump like this. He dodging them. He like, oh. Cause think about it, what they trying to indict him on? They ain't trying to indict him on nothing real. Because if they were trying to indict him on something real, they'll indict him on the Emoluments Act when he was still president, and they didn't do that. So,
well, I think
no sitting president ever been convicted. I don't think a sitting president's ever been arrested or anything, right?
No,
not.
They're not going to, and that's probably never going to happen. He has probably had to do something so egregious for it to happen. It's the optics, my man. It's how we look.
He got to do what he said he'll do and get away with it.
He got to literally kill somebody on
Fifth Avenue
on camera. And he said he probably can shoot somebody. Remember he was running? I probably can shoot somebody on Fifth, and I still get elected.
If he do it on camera, they're gonna say that ain't him.
Yeah, they're gonna save somebody from Saturday Night Live. That's just gonna say, man. I mean, that's what it is. I think that we need to go ahead and get our moral compass back, and a lot of things that that'll help us out somewhat. It's gonna take time, man.
We're a long way from the moral compass, man. We got a long way to go to get that back, man. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying we're a long way from the moral compass, bro. Everybody's selling out. Look at the cats in Atlanta. Look at the man in Atlanta. He's selling out, man.
The damn white. They had naked bodies on the White House lawn yesterday. Man, please, moral compass bingo.
Wait, what'd you say?
They had the pride shit, and they had motherfuckers walking around naked and flag all that. Bro, we been lost that.
I'm gonna tell you what I did. Let me tell you what I did at work. I had to recalibrate for a second. My job here, they celebrate Pride Month and everything. Mm-hmm. And I asked them, I said, well, how do you celebrate Pride Month? I ain't know I was like, how do you celebrate that?
Nigga, you gotta put some rainbow shit on.
And then they made it. But then I had to recalibrate because I can understand why people can get offended by what I said. They can, especially being in the position that I am. What I meant was it was more like, what is it that you do? Is it like celebrating Black History Month? Like you educate ourselves on Pride?
It's for the people who are in that community, man, to have their thing. Like Cinco de Mayo is for the Mexicans. Then you got St. Patrick's Day. You got white folk walking around. What you got black folk doing too with silly ass, gaudy, crazy green, silly hats and shit on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a day. Now you got Juneteenth coming up. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they want their day too. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the day
you ain't got to partake in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like St. Patrick's Day and Cinco de Mayo. I don't partake in those days. People, come on, man, Cinco de Mayo, let's go out. Nigga, this is the Mexican Day.
You know what? To be honest with you, Mexican can't stand that shit. It's not.
It's mostly us out there.
Yeah, Mexicans don't like Cinco. They hate it. They don't like Cinco de Mayo. They say y'all think it's because of our independence, and it's not. They won one battle in a war, and that's all it was. They won a battle. Was one battle.
Yeah.
They say that's not Mexico Independence Day. We hate that. They don't like it, and our black asses we run around here doing that. So.
All right, y'all. Paul come in. Appreciate y'all coming on, man. Let's get up out of here.
I'll go first.
All right.
What you say? You said bar stuff? Oh, box?
You say you gonna go ahead, Jen?
Yeah, I can. I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
So I feel that with all of the discussions we had today, a lot of times we do have to look within ourselves to see where we stand with our convictions of our hearts to contribute to the betterment of whatever it is that's happening with the whole Cop City thing. I think we individually have to care about what's happening and whether we went down to talk and to give our opinion or our dislike for it. Regardless, we can't change everything, but we can still try. And again, it was talked about how only 300 people were there. But I think sometimes we have to make a lot more noise and do what we need to do, like we do for everything else. Regardless of whether it's set up this way or not, we can at least go to sleep at night knowing that we did what we could to make a difference. And that's all I have to say.
That's all I have to say.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, Jenny, have a good one.
Thank
I,
you.
Good night.
I go.
Good night.
I go
Oh, look,
next.
you see this? Hey, you see this picture?
Jermaine, what been going on with y'all, man?
Hold on, let me put my.
Look at this picture. Look.
Just want to let you guys know that it's not going to stick to me. They're trying to come after me, and it's not going to work. We're going to be running in 2024, and we're going to make America great again. but for real, y'all, it's all theater, man. It's a lot of other stuff going on. You got dead fish floating up on the water in Texas and Jersey. You got people seeing aliens. It's a whole lot of distractions going on. Hey, stay just stay focused on stuff that really matter. Your family, your close friends, keep them close, man. Just try to stay away from all this this bull crap, because that's really what it is. It's just here to distract you from some real shit. So that's my part, shot.
Man, what y'all been up to, man? I ain't even seen y'all.
Man, we on a little hiatus, man, because Fu, he in Jersey, with the golf thing. So we kind of like taking a little break. But we'll be back. I think we're gonna come back next week. I think we said we are gonna come back next week. I think we're gonna have Professor Smalls on next week. I think he's scheduled to come on. But yeah. Yep.
All right, bro. Well, appreciate you
All right,
coming
man.
on, jumping on, man. Y'all
Yes,
start basketball back yet?
Yeah, man, we ain't never stopped, man. We this in South Carolina, this is the first time our middle school kind of go along with high school league rules. So June is open play. So we get to work out with our middle school team, and we going to camp next week. So yeah. So,
how your son there now?
He going to 9th grade. He working out with the high school team. I don't let him go.
Okay.
He
right,
gone.
man.
So he a freshman. He
What's do they have like a web? I know they got like a high school website where the games come on, stuff like that.
Yeah, they do. They on YouTube. They got their stuff on YouTube. So
send me something if I can check them out.
Yeah, y'all be able to see them on YouTube and when the season starts and stuff like that. And we going for championship 4 in a row. Middle school ain't never been done here in South Carolina. 4 championships in a row. So that's what we working on.
What kind of South Carolina you in?
Granville, North Augusta.
Okay, so you over there by Augusta, Georgia, and all that stuff.
Yeah, about 15 minutes away from Augusta.
Yeah, I used to be stationed at Fort Gordon.
Okay, that's what's up.
Granville, they similar to G like Georgia?
Huh?
What color they in?
Who?
Granville High School.
Oh no, that ain't the high school. That's just the area that we live in. Yeah,
just the area.
Well, all right, then,
my
bro,
daughter
man,
lives down there.
Okay.
Man, you got folks all over the place.
Enjoy your day, man.
All right, man. I'll chop it out with y'all later.
All right, bro.
Later.
Staff, all right, bro. What's going on?
Okay, let me say this real quick. It's real short and sweet. Real short and sweet. I was saying the word to me is morals, man. For things to get back right, all this. The foundations of the world will be shaky until the moral props are restored. It's up to us on how we do it. That's it.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man, for coming on, chopping it up with your boy, man.
Anytime. You know I will.
Man, I thought you had got in trouble.
No. I hope not.
All right, bro.
Peace out, brother.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, texting. Those who tune in, texting. Look, y'all come check me out every Tuesday. Well, most Tuesday. I ain't gonna say every Tuesday. Sorry about the technical difficulties I've been having. I probably got to upgrade my computer, man. But I appreciate y'all chiming in, checking in on your boy, man. I appreciate it. I love y'all, and y'all can't do nothing about it. Listen. We can't let politicians take over. We put them in place, and we can take them out of there. Please exercise. Make sure we got to do our due diligence when it comes to voting for these people. And we got to stop voting for people just because they're black. Because as we see in Atlanta, black folks will let you down too. Peace out. Y'all can't do nothing about it.